Today we're going to be making bacon wrapped Italian meatballs. So you can make this in the oven if you don't have an air fryer, but today we're going to make them in the air fryer because it's super quick, super simple. It's an easy recipe whether you make it in the oven or the air fryer, but living in Arizona right now is not the time that I want to run my oven, so I'm going to be doing it in the air fryer. But I will leave oven instructions listed down below as well if you don't have an air fryer, so don't worry about that. But basically this is just something super simple. You can just pick something else to eat with it on the side, or you can make them as appetizers, and you know, people are gonna like this whether they're keto or not. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so you're gonna start off by adding 1 pound of ground beef into a mixing bowl. Okay, and to that we are going to add in 1/4 cup of some grated Parmesan cheese. Right here I have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm using pink salt. And here I have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and I have a tablespoon of parsley, dried parsley. Then I have 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, and now we're gonna crack in 1 large egg, and this is just gonna help bind everything together. And then you can go ahead and just start mixing it. It's probably going to be easiest if you just use your hands. Just get in there and start mixing in the seasonings and the Parmesan cheese and the egg, and just, you know, mixing it in really good with that ground beef so that it gets mixed in evenly. Alright, and we're going to make this in the air fryer today, but I'll leave instructions for the oven in the description below. And I'm just going to line these with these aluminum foil sheets here. And depending on the kind of air fryer that you're using, you may need to flip them halfway in between just to make sure that the bottom gets cooked evenly. I'm lining these with aluminum foil because I don't want the bacon fat to all spill on the bottom of the air fryer. So make sure if you're doing it that way, you do flip it halfway in between. Alright, and I'm going to use this cookie scoop here that I have, and I'm going to scoop up the ground beef mixture. We're going to put it in our hand, and we're going to roll each one up into little meatballs and place them on our air fryer tray. So whatever scoop you have is fine. 1/2 slice of bacon is going to be plenty to wrap this meatball. If you are making larger meatballs, then you might need to use the whole piece of bacon. And so let's just go ahead and continue and just get these all put out on these trays, and then we will continue on to the next step. Alright, now we have our meatballs all lined out on the tray, and I've already cut my bacon pieces in half. I'm more than likely going to have a few pieces extra. This made 17 meatballs. Last time it made 18, but maybe my ground beef pound is just short of a pound. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each 1/2 slice of bacon and just wrap it around the meatball just like this, and I'm going to put it where the 2 ends meet and place it at the very bottom. That way when the bacon is cooking, it doesn't curl up and come off of my meatball, and it kind of just holds it in place better. So let's continue to wrap our piece of bacon for the rest of the meatballs, and then it'll be time to place them into the air fryer or the oven, whichever one that you're using. Alright, and now it is time to place our meatballs into the air fryer for about 20 minutes. And if you're using an oven, you can do 350 for about 30 minutes. Okay, just remember this is also going to depend on your air fryer and your oven, and give or take a few minutes. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put all these meatballs onto a plate. And like I said, you can use these as an appetizer, or you can make a dinner out of them and just eat, you know, a vegetable on the side or whatever it is you want on the side. So these are super easy to make, super quick, and, you know, family friendly, of course. And, you know, they're not expensive. So I hope you like them, and I'll see you on the next video.